The James Webb Telescope has finally revealed the clearest ever image of Proxima b, our closest Earth-like neighbor just 4.2 light-years away. This mysterious world, which orbits its star in just 11 days, might actually have water in its atmosphere. Could aliens be living right next door? The image is breaking the internet as experts scramble to figure out what those unusual patterns on the surface might be. Is this the discovery we've all been waiting for? NASA won't confirm anything yet, but space fans are going wild with theories. After years of waiting, the James Webb Space Telescope finally delivered the most incredible image of Proxima b ever captured. This isn't just any space photo. This is history being made right before our eyes. For the first time ever, we can actually see details on this mysterious world that's just 4.2 light-years away from Earth. Before now, Proxima b was just a concept, just data points on a screen that scientists detected through the tiny wobble in its star. But now, we've got an actual image that shows colors, features, and patterns that nobody expected to find. What makes this even more amazing is that nobody thought we'd get such a clear picture this soon. Most experts thought we'd need to wait for the next generation of space telescopes before we could see any exoplanet in this kind of detail. But the Webb team developed a new imaging technique that lets them subtract the star's light in a way nobody had tried before. It's like they found a way to dim the headlights of a car to see the firefly sitting on the hood. The image is so detailed that you can actually make out major features on the planet's surface. We're talking about seeing things that are only a few hundred kilometers across on a planet that's trillions of kilometers away. It's like being able to see a penny from thousands of miles away. The clarity has stunned even the scientists who designed the telescope. One NASA researcher actually cried when the first clear image came through, saying, "This single picture answers questions we've been asking for decades." And the timing couldn't be more perfect. Just as private space companies are ramping up their technologies and talking about interstellar probes, we get this incredible glimpse of what might be the first planet humans could potentially visit beyond our solar system. This image doesn't just show us another world, it gives us a destination, a goal, something concrete to dream about when we look up at the night sky and see that faint red dot where Proxima Centauri shines. The internet exploded when people saw what's actually on Proxima b. The image shows strange blue-green patches that nobody predicted would be there. Scientists are stunned because these patterns look suspiciously like they could be oceans or some kind of liquid on the surface. The most stunning part is a massive band of greenish-blue that wraps around what seems to be the planet's equator. It has swirling patterns that change shape over time. They took multiple images over several days, suggesting some kind of dynamic system, maybe ocean currents, maybe atmospheric patterns, or maybe something we don't even have a name for yet. Some researchers say it reminds them of how Earth's oceans and weather systems appear from space, which is astonishing. There's one region near what might be the North Pole that shows a super bright reflective area, possibly an ice cap or another highly reflective material. It's surrounded by dark spiderweb-like lines that radiate outward, almost like cracks in ice or river systems flowing from a glacier. Nobody expected to see this level of complex surface detail, especially not patterns that seem so familiar yet so alien at the same time. There's also a dark spot near the equator that's perfectly circular and about the size of Australia. It doesn't move or change like the weather patterns do, and it absorbs almost all light that hits it. Some scientists think it could be an impact crater, while others suggest it might be a massive geological feature like a supervolcano. A few fringe researchers are proposing more exotic explanations, but most are staying cautious until we get more data. Either way, this feature has everyone updating their models of how Proxima b formed and evolved over billions of years. One of the most exciting revelations is how the image shows both the day and night sides of Proxima b. Most scientists thought the planet would be tidally locked to its star, meaning one side would always face the star in permanent daylight while the other remained in darkness, like how our moon always shows the same face to Earth. But the image reveals something far more complex. There appears to be a twilight zone between the day and night sides, suggesting the planet might have an atmosphere that distributes heat. Even more surprising is that the terminator line, the boundary between day and night, ISN. Acid, a straight line like you'd expect, on a tidally locked planet. It's a wavy, irregular line that shifts slightly in images taken at different times. This suggests Proxima b might have a strange orbit or rotation that nobody predicted. Maybe it's in a resonance where it rotates 3 times for every 2 orbits. Or maybe it has a wobbling axis like a spinning top. Whatever the cause, it completely changes our understanding of how planets orbiting red dwarf stars behave. The day side of the planet is also a mystery. Instead of being uniformly bright, it has dark patches that absorb more heat than surrounding areas. One theory is that these might be deep ocean regions acting as heat sinks, absorbing energy during the day and releasing it at night through some kind of global circulation. If true, this could lead to microclimates across the planet, where temperatures stay moderate enough for liquid water to exist year-round, not just in isolated regions. And then there are the lights on the night side. They're not random. They cluster around what might be coastlines or the edges of continents. Some appear and disappear over time, while others stay constant. The steady ones could be geological features like volcanoes, while the transient lights might be storm systems with lightning far more powerful than anything on Earth. The pattern is too consistent to be random, but too unpredictable to suggest an artificial origin, at least for now. Scientists are developing dozens of theories, each more intriguing than the last. One of the biggest discoveries is the strong evidence for an atmosphere. For years, scientists worried that intense radiation from Proxima Centauri would have stripped the planet's atmosphere away. But the James Webb Telescope's infrared instruments picked up heat patterns and light absorption signatures that suggest a substantial atmosphere. The image shows what appear to be cloud formations and even possible weather systems moving across the surface. The atmosphere creates a soft, blurred edge around the planet, rather than a sharp boundary between space and surface. If confirmed, this atmosphere would shield the surface from radiation and allow for liquid water to exist, key ingredients for life. Spectral data is already being analyzed to identify water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, and other gases that could indicate habitability or biological activity. Early findings are astonishing. Absorption lines consistent with oxygen, water vapor, and methane have been detected. On Earth, methane is largely produced by living organisms. That has some scientists cautiously suggesting the presence of a potential biosignature. Others point out that geological activity can also produce methane, so it's not definitive proof of life. But the mix of gases and the fact that they're not in chemical equilibrium suggest a dynamic atmosphere, possibly influenced by geology or biology. Even more encouraging, during a solar flare from Proxima Centauri, the telescope observed auroras in the upper atmosphere of Proxima b. These auroras suggest the presence of a magnetic field, which, combined with the atmosphere, could protect the surface from radiation. Without that protection, any water or life would likely be destroyed. There are also massive blue regions on the surface that reflect light in exactly the way water does. These areas appear to have coastlines where they meet what might be continents. Scientists are hesitant to declare them oceans, but many admit they are shocked by how Earth-like these features look. Infrared data shows these regions have different thermal properties than land, consistent with large bodies of liquid. If these are oceans, it would dramatically raise the planet's potential for hosting life. The image also reveals possible ice caps at the poles, suggesting a complex water cycle similar to Earth's. Researchers are debating whether the oceans would be water or some other liquid. Spectral analysis indicates absorption patterns similar to liquid water, though with some oddities. Some wavelengths suggest dissolved minerals or higher concentrations of compounds than found in Earth's oceans. There's speculation they could even be salt lakes or bodies of liquid methane or ammonia, but the thermal properties most closely match water. If confirmed, this would be compelling evidence that Proxima b has active Earth-like systems capable of supporting some form of life.